Hey everybody, Pocono Pete Show here, I guess is what we're going to be calling ourselves.
Right.
It's going to be, that's how it's going to be, I think, always a show. Hey everybody, Troy at the Pocono Pete Show here. How you doing? Well, I'm working on our big trailer called Highway to Hell. Kind of acting that way today. So we recently, everybody knows we just recently bought this big trailer. We know I think we had a pretty good deal on this thing, but obviously good deals always come with a extra price. So working on the generator, we fired the generator up, we're told it ran good. Well, first thing it did, of course, it overheated and shut off. And of course, my first recording I did of me working on it just didn't work. So now I got it all apart already. So let me explain really quick here. I had to take off a big shrouding here, shrouding up here. There's the fan, spins like butter by hand. Alternator's way buried down in here, the fan belt's back in here. Well, now I know why it overheated. Let's see if I'm probably blocking myself here. Hang on. Do it a little better here, but I'm not. I don't know if that's any better. So when it fired up, the belt was slipping really bad. I thought it had a coolant leak somewhere. So the belt was slipping bad, so the motor technically overheated and it shut itself. That's one nice thing. These things have safety procedures in them, so they shut themselves down. But there was antifreeze. I had an antifreeze leak. Well, no, it came out the blowhole, blew around in the generator, dripped out the bottom down there. So that's why I tore it apart to look in it. Plus, I should probably be sure to see if it needs to be serviced. And it's good I got in here. A couple reasons. So belt is slipping like crazy, so the belt's completely shot. Problem, I think, tore it up a little bit. Here is the fan shroud on it. Can you see this? Let's see if you can see this here. Laura's gonna have a lot of editing to do to straighten this out. Fan shroud is been rubbing on the fan shroud real bad. I'm gonna take my guess from being old, getting hot. The fan shroud sucked itself in, so it sucked itself right into the fan. So that's what happened. So anyways, I guess now the adventure, I gotta get the belt off, order a fan shroud for it. I found a lot of little loose nuts and bolts and things here. And that's kind of with ideas. What are you doing here? See, my trouble light burnt out already. I do have lights on here though, somewhere. Not available while using the camera. I really can't turn on my light while I'm using the camera, I guess. Or I should say video. Okay, anyways, maybe they'll pick it up in there in the dark. I got dumb things like this, is, maybe this exhaust pipe should be heat shielded because it's kind of in the intake area. You think that would draw in hot air. There's a little port over there. I don't know if that should be plugged or not. It's going right by the exhaust there. So I think it's drawing a lot of hot air off that exhaust pipe running right there, because this is kind of the air intake. It's supposed to be nice and cool here. So it's not nice and cool here. I think it's drawing a lot of heat. So probably gonna have to heat shield that exhaust pipe. Nothing's ever done right. Even big trailer companies do all this fancy work on these things, and half the time there's problems. So anyways, long story short, I was supposed to be in a long time ago, so My beautiful wife, Laura, is probably wondering where I am now. But I got a good excuse. We're working on our big trailer. So long story short, I had to tear into the generator. Some of you are going to ask what it is. It's a Onan 10 kilowatt, I believe is what this one is. Yeah, diesel generator. It's got 1,200 hours on it. It's got real low hours. Just hasn't been typical. Take care of their stuff, so some people do. Seems like the less money you have, the better you take care of your stuff, the more money. Not in all cases, though. This seems like that's what I see a lot in this business. That's what I got to do. I got to order a new fan shroud for this. Get a new belt for it. And probably should change the oil. Probably should change the coolant. Let me show you though. I was just like, I have no manual for it. The buddies in this back parking lot. A whole bunch of buddies. Going fast, there he goes. Whoop, 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 whoop. Alright, let's get back to business. And we're goofing around. Anyways, I was getting to 8,975 bolts. Holds all the shrouding on. So if you have one of these generators, you'll find out it takes quite a while just to get to the belt. So there's my story. Synopsis: it gets too hot in the air intake system and it drew the fan shroud in, made contact on this, which the belt being loose is causing the fan to slow way down, which in turn overheated the motor. And that's the story. Oh, and here comes Laura. I told you I'd be in trouble pretty soon. I'm talking on the Pocono Pete Show. Oh. Anyways, everybody have a really good night, or day, or morning, or afternoon, or weekend, whatever it is. 10-4, over and out, and
please subscribe, like,
and comment. We're getting good at this. Sorry about my hair and makeup today. I look pretty rough here. Long hot day. Working on HWY2HL, the trailer. Generator. Guess we'll call it part 2. Had to take it apart, figuring out why it was wanting to overheat. Found the belt was bad. The belt was slipping, and the fan, there's the old fan shroud. See the damage in it. So the fan was getting hung up on the fan shroud. Belt was probably loose. Belt was slipping. So I had a multitude of things that have happened. I'm gonna have to be sure that, sorry about it, I have to keep fixing my hair. Found a lot of things that I'm gonna have to do to, I gotta be sure we got enough air coming into this motor. This generator was added to the trailer later on in its life. So I guess that's what's happening. So I had to get a new fan shroud, which was not the end of the world to find. Got to get a hold of Onan generators, which is Cummins now. Make an account. They're cool to deal with. Call them up. They helped me figure out the right shroud for it. Not easy to get to this stuff. I didn't realize. I looked online, people talking about how hard it's just to do the belt. Belt's hard enough to get to. You have to dismantle everything to get to the belt. Anyways, that's where I'm at right now. So got some tools here. Gonna see what I can do to get this thing snuggled into place. Let's see what I got for, I don't know. I suppose I went and grabbed all metric and suppose all these standard stuff on here. And you know what's going to happen. I won't have the right size with me probably. Oh, what do you know I do? Sometimes a miracle happens. Not all the time, but sometimes. So how's everybody doing today? Look at that, I'm so tired I put the socket on the wrong side of the ratchet. Well, like this. Gotta get dark in here, isn't it? Maybe you can't even see what I'm doing. But anyways, let's try and get this belt tightened up here. First time dealing with this generator doing anything, so kind of got to learn. Got to give it a little bit of a pry. Big generator guys, and everybody's going, well, geez, Troy, it's really easy to do that. Hey there, it looks like a nice little spot. Now I'll see if I can follow the back of the trailer. It's the engine block there, I'm hoping. It's not like I'm getting it that tight, but gotta get it tight enough so it doesn't slip again. You know what it should have? It should probably have a little it should have a little belt tensioner. I always hate getting things too tight. Then I don't want to have to take this thing back apart. That would really suck. Like I said, it's not easy to get in this thing. Look what happened. I looked away and all of a sudden, whoop, it just went loose. Ah. All right, back to the drawing board. Let's do this one more time. Let's see how this is. I don't think I should be able to spin that. Maybe 3 times is a charm. I don't know. Kind of retentive on trying to get it tightened just right. I'm usually really good at guessing what size stuff is, but I'm having a hard time today for some reason. It's going to be a 14. What do I got here? 14? There we are. I think they'll choking on saliva now. Oh, look at that little dirty rat. There's a... Ha! You know, I didn't see that before. There's a gosh darn little stinking no good hidden nut on the backside. Alright, cool. Right. Going down to the other level. The highway to hell here has been a trailer. As you can see, we're doing a lot of work with this trailer. Really cool trailer. But of course it's going to need some work to make everything right. It's like the generator. The generator was supposed to be running and perfect and no issues. And here we are. First time I ran it, it overheated. So, oh, well, not much we can do about it. Got a smile. Got a smile. My hairs. I can't be all messy my hairs. Guys aren't supposed to worry about that shit, are they? Laura's made me want to At least try and be more presentable. It doesn't work all the time though. Like most of you, I gotta work all day long, and then I get an hour at night. As you can see, the sun's setting. I only get a little bit of time myself. Nice night though. There's Pocono sitting over there. Got a pretty sunset. Got some big thunder boomers south of us, down by southern Minnesota, Iowa area. I'm hearing some big storms going on. Pocono and Highway to Hell. Trailer's gonna earn its name, Highway to Hell, here. Big deal is I gotta try and remember how to reinstall everything. Maybe this is right. Kind of looking like some things are lining up. I do believe this is correct. I do believe right now, since this project is continuing a week or two later from the last time I spoke to you guys, the question is, where's me nuts? Where's me nuts? It's getting dark in here. I think me have lost me nuts. I actually haven't lost them. They're like right here in front of my face. Got a couple of tools. You look down at the second story down here. D nuts should be right here. D nuts should be right in front of me face. No, these are the other guys. Those are the little baby one nuts. Oh, some days we're glorious. I put those nuts somewhere so special they would never get lost. Had to kind of go grab a whole bunch of tools out of the shop. Oh, look at that. Right in front of my face. That's why you need a clean work environment. Not in the way. Of course, this is always fun. As you can see, it's a little ways down. I've got to kind of stand on the edge here a little bit, so I can't fall backwards. I'll be in trouble, Flora. All right, look at that stuff. I do believe we're ready for the squirrel cage. I do believe. Let's see here. I was going to lock washer these things, but that's going to drive these bolts out farther than they were before. And there is not much clearance between this squirrel cage. I was going to be sneaky and use lock washers. I am no longer going to be sneaky and use lock washers because it's a possibility these heads of these bolts would hit that fan shroud. It's not too dark in here for everybody. Let's see, how bad is it in here? Is it like dark in here? Oh, I don't know, probably is dark. I'm trying to figure out how to lock this. Let's try that. The squirrel cage is going to go on, I do believe. There's our squirrel cage. And since, let me look at the fan shroud. Oh wait, maybe not. This is the broken one, so I guess I better go get the new one. This one's not going to tell me too much because this is the dead one. This is a dead one. Oh, those nuts do stick out. Or bolts will stick out. Alrighty. So I can run the lock washers. We are gonna go get the new squirrel cage out. See if I can do this one-handed. Probably not. The new squirrel cage. How about I look right in front of my face? Aha. Aha. New squirrel cage. Back up into the hole, so kind of see a visual here where we're at. Don't pull that around. All right. So like I said, I wasn't going to do it this way, but now I am going to do it this way. Going to stick all the lock washers on now. Because there's plenty of room for them. All right. Now, 99.9% of the time I do something, I'm usually going to use a torque wrench. And I should, because it'll probably bite me in the ass and butt, because I'm not. Usually like using torque wrenches as much as I can. But I guess hopefully this works out good. All right, one more step in the right direction. Let's just check do think this can go on here now. Oh, what do you know? It's not right against it. I think the other one was sucked in and hitting. I don't know. I'm somewhat suspecting just because of heat. It got hot and stuff. This thing should really be steel in my opinion. My guess is it gets warm and it kind of worked its way in. I mean, you'd think it'd be a suction thing. You know, maybe it's not drawing enough air from the outside. I'll have to look at that. Be sure the air intake's good too, I guess. There's always something, isn't it? That's all right. Now let's put the little nuts on. See if I can drop one. Okay. Baby nuts. Yeah, we can go nuts. Right. So, time for me to venture into the shop. See everybody a little later. Hey, I'm back. Finally put a hat on too. So I'm gonna look at my messy head. Go grab a 10mm. Take care of these little guys now. I really need to crisscross this piece of plastic. I don't think so. I always try and double and triple check all my bolts too. Those I kind of double checked. All right. Cool. That might be it for the night. I might have to call it for the night. It's getting late. Another day flew by. I'm at the point I got to make a decision. I'm going to somehow heat shield the exhaust pipe down there. So it kind of ends up in this cooling area, so I imagine that draws a lot of hot air. I don't know. We're going to investigate the situation. This might be interesting. This is possibly... I better not admit this online. I don't know. I got to figure this out. I guess I got to I'll figure out, is this actually... I think it might be drawing in. Draws in underneath. So it's drawing in and blowing out here. So then the exhaust wouldn't matter here. I get it. So it's trying to blow the exhaust, all the heat out this. I get it. Took me a minute. Now I understand. It's just weird why this was drawn in. Alright. Well, cool. I learned something by working on it now. I will. Sorry, I feel a little tired tonight. Long week. We'll continue assembling this tomorrow. I would like to, even though it had the oil change, oil's really clean. I don't know what he's got in it for oil. Previous guy. I don't know what it is. It's not documented or written down what was put into it. So Should have 1540, and it seems like the oil's pretty thin to me. It's almost like they stuck a thin oil in it. Should be kind of dumb on something like this. But I think that's it. Y'all have a good day, good night, whenever this gets posted, whenever you listen to it, whatever. And that's it for tonight. From the Pocono Pete Show. Like, subscribe, message us, whatever you guys want. That'd be cool if you do. We love to talk to people and hopefully get to see some of you guys out there on the road. That's it though, so yeah. Over and out from Pocono Pete and the big Highway to Hell trailer. Night night. 10-4, over and out. Hey, Pocono Pete Show. Working on the Highway to Hell, the big generator. Changed the oil on it. Put a new fan belt on it. A couple learning curves told you about. We had to do a new fan shroud. Getting ready to button some stuff up here right now. So you'll see I gotta put the compartments or the outer shell back on the unit now. And of course one of them I was putting up there when it overheated last time, sprayed antifreeze on it, and I went to go stick it up there and antifreeze dumped out all over me from the insulation, so I had to rinse that out. So here we are at the end of the day again, trying to button it up before it gets too dark. I guess they do make lights, don't they? So that's the story. I'm gonna be up here buttoning it up quick. Here we go. Nothing like a healthy smoothie too. This was my culprit. Some antifreeze got up in insulation up here. Still got a little water on it right now, but I'm not less worried about a little bit of water. Coolant likes to corrode stuff, so basically I had to rinse it out real good with a lot of water, get all the coolant out from in the insulation. It should dry out without an issue. A lot better having water in there than old antifreeze corroding everything up. So, of course, it's that we're not leaving one drip anywhere, and pick it up now, it wants to drip all over. I can't see me really good on here what I'm doing. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Nice night.
Yeah.
It is a nice night.
Wish every night was like this.
Right? Everybody would want to move here though.
Exactly. great bait there.
Oh my
Got
God.
the lights rolling inside Highway to Hell. In case some of you haven't been in here probably. Here's our little nice home away from home here.
Wow. Oh my God.
There you go. Nice piece there. Technically going to be the workshop. Got a lot of work in here to do. Everything's set up good. And that's our story. Curious to see if the generator switch shuts the generator off back here. The old counter works on it, so that's good. And here comes, we're going to get blacked out. We don't want to turn it off. It's going to stay out here all night. There we go. Signing off, everybody. Everybody have a really good night. Like us if you want. Subscribe. We'd love it. Hope to see everybody on the road someday. Somewhere. Camping, on the road, working, something like that. So, everybody have a great night. Good weekend, good morning, whatever it is, good day. And 10-4, over and out.